Hey everybody, Jason Schneider here from PerceptionAcademy.com, and today I'm going to be going over one of the major distinctions between NLP and neurosemantics. So the genius of NLP was in its recognition that we have a representational consciousness. So we take in information from the world through our senses, and then we create almost like we create what was referred to in NLP as internal representations, but it's a simpler way of saying that is that we create a movie in our mind of what's going on in the outside world. We create a map of the territory, and we respond to our map of the world. So focusing on these internal representations, if we change and alter these internal representations or the qualities or characteristics of them, that it alters our physiological response, so we respond to the world differently. And so the NLP model focused on these internal representations as the driver of behavior, and it recognized that, yes, it's true, when we do change our internal representations, we have a new external behavior, So whereas NLP focused on internal representation, neurosemantics changes that a little bit, and rather than focusing on representation, neurosemantics focuses on frames of reference. So building upon the prior NLP model that says that we take in information through our senses and we represent that in our mind, neurosemantics focuses more on the fact that this internal representation is actually a frame of reference. It's referring to the thing in the outside world. And the reason why, the power and the reason why when we change our internal representations that it changes our response to the world is because this is a frame of reference. It's a higher frame than the actual external territory. So when we shift our focus from representation to reference, we recognize that not only can we have internal representations that refer to the external world, but we can have internal representations that refer back on our previous internal representations, and that process can go on infinitely. And we know from systems theory that higher level thoughts always organize, govern, and modulate lower level thoughts. And so neurosemantics and this focus on frames of reference and referencing empowers us much more to work with the higher levels of mind that govern lower levels of mind. So there were a lot of times when I was practicing NLP, and now isn't the time for the full blown out story about this, but if you have any questions about it, definitely leave a comment somewhere on this page. But a lot of times when the NLP processes wouldn't work, and there were a lot of times when I would run NLP processes with people and they wouldn't stick, they wouldn't last. Maybe they would work for a couple of minutes, or maybe they wouldn't even work, although they just worked with someone 5 minutes ago. And the reason why a lot of the times the patterns or processes didn't work was because, in retrospect, looking back upon it, was because they had a higher level frame of mind that was blocking the change, that was blocking the shift in the internal representations wouldn't stick because there was something higher that was locking their pattern back into place so that you could reorganize anything you want at the representational level. But if these higher frames of mind remain the same, then the representations are just going to, over time, and sometimes it wouldn't even be that long, they're going to reorganize back to how they were because this higher level attractor frame was stabilizing their mind-body system. So neurosemantics and focusing on frames of reference as opposed to representation gives us a lot more power to actually model out what's really going inside of somebody's mind-body system. And it also allows us to, in terms of modeling excellence, it allows us to actually model out these meta-level structures in somebody who's doing something excellently, or someone who's doing something at a level of genius or expertise, so that we can actually install these higher level filters that are actually much more powerful than our sensory-based internal representations. So I hope that this helped to clear this up for you a little bit more. I'm going to be doing some more videos on the differences between NLP and neurosemantics. There are quite a few of them, and they're not so easy to kind of find on the internet as I shoot this video right now. So if you do have any questions, you would like me to elaborate on something, perhaps do another future video, then feel free to comment on this video wherever you possibly can. And of course, if you'd like to get the best of my material sent to your inbox every single week, or monthly, whichever is best for you, feel free to check out my email newsletter at perceptionacademy.com/free-NLP-training. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you continue to grow as an NLP practitioner, as a neurosemanticist, and just as yourself as a human being.